Your world can transform in just 1 week if you stop feeding the darkness. In this week's message, Metatron reveals the truth behind global chaos, your soul's mission, and the real path to Earthtopia. Welcome to Sundays with Metatron. I'm Debbra Lupien, voice of the Akashic Records, bringing you channeled messages from Archangel Metatron. Each week, Metatron delivers clear, empowering insights to inspire and guide your spiritual journey. This is your message for July 13th, 2025. I wish I could say that the week of the 13th would be an improvement on last week. However, it's likely to be more of the same. More devastating climate events, more upheaval in geopolitics, more bewilderment by the good people who look at the present devastation and chaos wondering, how did the world come to this place? Well, the answer to that, my children, is simple. Greed and corruption are at the heart of the problems you now face. The many have allowed the few to ride roughshod over them without correcting the situation. As a result, they now find themselves in the unfortunate position of being at the mercy of the greedy and corrupt. Those folks truly care for no one but themselves. They may put on a pretty show, pretending they care about you, and that they're going to make your life better, but it's all lies. Their motive is and always was elevating themselves with no regard for others. It's a sickness that has infected them. Sadly, such sickness in an individual is unlikely to be resolved in their present lifetime. The level of corruption runs so deep that only karma can act to remedy the situation, and that may take multiple lifetimes. Nevertheless, that is not your concern. Focus on your own soul journey, treating others with kindness and compassion as you wish to be treated. When each of you do this in your own little world, positivity expands. You ignite a fire amongst the populace that things can be better. They are then motivated to work together, fulfilling their dream of a better life. That is where you have arrived, at the crossroads of a tug of war between those who have embraced the darkness and those who remember a better time. They yearn not for a return to the old ways, but acceleration into something even better. You did not incarnate to go backwards. You came to raise your vibrational frequency, to have marvelous, satisfying, love-filled experiences as you climb the vibrational frequency scale to higher levels of spiritual enlightenment. That is the Holy Grail, and it has nothing to do with money. We are not saying money is a bad thing. We are only saying that it can be used in negative ways. And you now find yourself at a place where money is increasingly used to suppress the many for the benefit of the few. This imbalance will not stand. Balance must be restored, although it will take time. As more souls awaken and realize they have been deceived, they will look for opportunities for revenge. We urge you, help them to see that revenge accomplishes nothing. More negative energy added to what is already there will make things worse rather than better. Instead, let them focus on coming together with other like-minded souls to restore kindness, compassion, and equality so that everyone has a roof over their head and nourishing food to eat. Once basic needs are met, they can expand in whatever way they wish. But first, you need to draw a line in the sand and establish what basic needs are. What should everyone be entitled to? Lift one another up so that everyone can fulfill their soul purpose in this lifetime. We must point out that none of you came to experience homelessness, victimization, or oppression. Far from it. You may have incarnated into a situation where you would be exposed to those possibilities, but your intention was always to break old repeating patterns, raise your consciousness, and make better choices that move you forward rather than backward. Yes, it is a fact that very often repeating patterns will spring up and drag you backwards. However, you always have the choice to break free with new empowered choices. If you're unable to do this on your own, then reach out, ask for help, rather than becoming a victim of your past. This is the challenge you set for yourself in each lifetime to move forward, making wise choices which expand your consciousness. You planned to not only create a better reality for yourself, but to inspire others to do the same. You don't resolve karma by making negative choices. All that does is create more negative karma. This is a deep misunderstanding amongst many in the world today. In every thought, in every deed, be conscious of making positive choices that uplift. No matter how you may feel about any individual or group, refrain from engaging in negative thoughts or wishing harm upon them. That is an old way of being that no longer serves you. In fact, that negativity will boomerang back on you with even more negative karma. Better to be totally disengaged from those individuals than to engage in negative thoughts. This extends to the present obsession with inquiring repeatedly about the demise of certain individuals whom you believe to be a harmful influence. It is none of your business when they will exit the planet, just as it is none of their business when you will exit. As much as possible, flip that script. Be conscious of your thoughts and words. Stop focusing on getting rid of those who bring harm and destruction. In fact, better you would not focus on them at all than to focus on them in a negative fashion. When you focus on them, you empower them. Exactly the opposite of what you want. So you see, anytime you go negative, you harm yourself. It's time in this new level of spiritual enlightenment to step out of old shadows. Focus on them not at all, or focus on them in a positive way. Even if that means wishing them well, sending them blessings, or asking for the most beneficent outcome. Disengage from negativity, and your world will shape up faster. Do you see that you're participating in holding yourselves back by engaging in all these negative thoughts, wishing harm on others? That is not the path of an enlightened soul. You have many great examples in the great master teachers who have consistently taught the message of love. Heed their message. Strive to be more like them and watch your world transform rapidly. Each individual has the power to transform their world right now. You don't have to wait. It can begin today with each individual making better choices for themselves and those around them. We understand it's a big ask, but it's not for our benefit, it's for yours. We are here to guide you onto the positive path, to help you see where you have stepped in it, so that you can clean up the mess and move forward. You have so much potential, so much. Bliss awaits when you shift gears out of the negative and into positivity, full steam ahead. Yes, we know there are those who talk about toxic positivity and would discourage you. We are not talking about oblivious toxic positivity. We are talking about action, which leads to positive manifestations. thoughts and deeds moving in a positive direction lifts you up. The next move is yours. Consider what positive action you wish to take, but be cognizant of choices that lead to negative consequences. Learn from that mistake and make better choices moving forward. We're not saying you must be perfect. Of course not. You're still learning. But when you notice that a choice you made has a negative consequence, then don't do it again. You have so much power to change your world if you will but release old habits and patterns to embrace the new way of your enlightened soul. Close the door on the old way of being. Open the door on the new enlightened you. Walk boldly forth on that path, embracing pure love, joy, and bliss. Are you getting the picture? Are you ready to step out of old patterns? Then we, your divine team, are ready to take you by the hands and lead you forward, helping you find the breadcrumbs that will lead you to your delightful, highly anticipated future in Earthtopia. Should you stumble, we'll be right there to help you up, to help you find the next breadcrumb and the next. So has it ever been throughout your many incarnations, and we are delighted to be a part of your journey. We will be even more delighted to be a part of your advancement in this critical lifetime. Make no mistake, this is your most consequential lifetime to date. If you fail, we will not judge. We will continue to be your stalwart supporters, and we'll resume our work again in the next lifetime. Our role is always helping you to the fullest extent of our ability, making your world a better place, creating more exciting, fulfilling lives. Please reach out and ask for our assistance. What would you have us do to assist you next? We await your call. If you will but take and use the guidance we have shared, your life can be transformed in a week's time. We're not kidding. Shifting your thoughts and deeds to the positive will have massive implications in not only your life, but in those who are touched by the ripples in the pond that you create. Don't hold back. Lean into positive energy and the resulting delightful manifestations that result. Until next week, we wish you love, peace, and joy. Metatron out. If this message sparks something within you, don't keep it to yourself. Share it because we'll all benefit. Together, let's ripple divine light across the planet. If you want to be a part of this magnificent work, subscribe so you don't miss the wisdom and loving guidance regularly shared by Archangel Metatron. Thank you for joining Sundays with Metatron. I'm Debbra Lupien, voice of the Akashic Records. Namaste.